For today's episode of Coffee and Cases, we visit Umavo, one of the pioneers when it comes to eyewear in AM. Sebastian, thank you for your time. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Sebastian Zenetti, CEO and one of 4 founders of Umavo.
Many companies producing 3D printed eyewear. Why isn't Umavo just one of them?
Because we are producing the eyewear of the future. So to understand that, I think we have to note that the traditional way to produce eyewear is the same like 50 years ago. So there weren't that big or that huge innovations. And what we are doing with Umavo, we are searching for new technologies in any kind of directions and bring that to the eyewear industry and want to build up benefit for the end consumers, for the opticians, and also the way how we think about production.
On the way to producing the eyewear of the future, data, software, artificial intelligence play an important role. What does that mean?
It's super important for Umavo because we are focusing on customization. And customization is really a niche product in the eyewear industry. And there are 3 big points in customization in the eyewear industry. One point is that it needs a lot of time for the optician to make all the measurements. Point number 2 is the production part. It's really handmade. And the third point is that the end consumer does not really know what he will receive. Our goal was to make the scanning and the measurement part as simple as possible for the optician. Therefore, we developed a system where we can, using the depth cameras of the new iPads and iPhones, and making a face scan based on infrared technology in less than 20 seconds. Our customers are opticians, they are downloading the app, and then they can immediately start to use our own software.
So you've mentioned before big data and artificial intelligence. Can you explain us in detail how you make use of that?
We are using the big data analytics to go in our library where we have 10,000 of scans, and if our designers have a new shape in mind, we are using that kind of data to optimize also the standard frames. If you see the frame in the VTO, it will be exactly the same like it is in real life, and this is the main difference.
So your whole brand is based on additive manufacturing. How come?
The brother of my co-founder has Down syndrome in a really strong way. Yeah, and we thought, is it possible to use that kind of technology to customize the frame based on his face? And we did that, and it worked in 2 ways. One way, it fitted better than everything before, and the other thing is, the frames are so durable, it's nearly impossible for him to destroy the frames. And then it was just like for us a game changer. Then we realized there is something where we can produce benefit to the humans. And then Umavo was born.
Working with new technology, there are always challenges. So what kind of challenges were you facing in the beginning when starting with 3D printing?
The idea was really a no-brainer, but we didn't expect how hard the development is. So UV light, sweat, different cosmetica are working all day long on the material, on the coloring, on the finishing to produce it skin-friendly, because we have all day the contact with the skin, and that's a big challenge not only for the production, also for the finishing and especially for the coloring.
How did it work out? How did you solve these challenges?
You said, all right, we have to go to the company which is developing that kind of technology, which was EOS. But especially a couple of people in EOS were so focused on that kind of area. And then we had found the right production technology. And that was the time where I met Felix and Philip. We were thinking about the technology and we was talking or brainstorming what we can do together. And I am not sure if we had really that idea how hard the journey will be to come to that quality level we have right now and to the smoothing, to the coloring. I'm not sure if we had founded the companies, but yeah, now I'm happy that we did it.
And it turned out to be a really good idea, right? So where is Umavo now also with regards to the printing technology and the finishing?
Now we are working with more than 800 business partners in 20 countries. And Dimension was a super important partner for the development of a scalable and reusable process, not only for us, for the whole industry. And Dimension technology is really state of the art, and I don't know any kind of competitors from us who are really doing well. They are not using Dimension technology.
So where do you see the biggest benefits?
One of the biggest benefits we have for the end consumers. The frames are really durable, 30% lighter than traditional plastic frames or acetate frames. Then the second main benefit point is, of course, for the opticians. With our product, they can customize every kind of style, especially for that people, also for women with super small or thin nose. Then we have Africans, we have Asian noses, and we have absolutely freedom for design and also to produce frames one by one. For the SLS machine, it makes no difference, or nearly no difference, if we have 100 times the same frame or 100 times different frames inside.
So when talking about the freedom of design, what comes to my mind are colors as well. So how many colors do you offer? And is there any limit in the future?
We have a bright range of colors, 15 different for the moment, but we have a lot of more ideas of colors. And that's fantastic because sometimes we come with an idea, just like a t-shirt, where we have a nice color. And you guys are developing that color for us with your color matching system.
Sebastian, thank you so much for your time and for letting us know so much about your company. There's one last question that I have with regards to the future. How does the future look like? What is the future of eyewear?
Yeah, we really want to change the industry. In 2 or 3 years, we want to produce in the markets for the markets. That has so many benefits for us. For example, shorter delivery ways. This means shorter delivery times. Manpower in the countries for the countries. And with the help of digital manufacturing and automatization, we want to bring the process to a level. Imagine we can offer a custom frame for the same price like a standard frame. What will you choose?
I would definitely choose the custom-made frame. Thank you so much for your time and the interesting insights.